Top 5 outdoor living tips coming at you right now. It's going to save you a lot of time, going to save you a lot of money.
Lots of money.
It's going to save you a lot of hassle because we're going to give you the insider tips on how to do your backyard space right the first time. I've scoured the world. I found the top 5 outdoor living experts. We're right here. We're going to explain everything to you right now. Insider tips that are going to save you monumental amount of time. Enjoy the video right now.
So insider tip number 1 is creating elevation. Very, very important, even if you have a very flat yard, but you don't want to do that. Look at the before pictures here. So we had the homeowner that had pretty much of a flat space over to the side with a little bit of elevation over by the trees there. But look what we created here with our backyard. So we created a beautiful backyard living space with a covered structure, secondary fire pit area. But look at the elevation that we purposefully used. We wanted to give people kind of the ability to go up to the upper garden, kind of go down to the covered structure area with the fire table there and the outdoor kitchen, and then take a couple of steps down to another whole seating area and that outdoor dining. And then, of course, they go to a little destination area over to the fire pit, the sunken fire pit area, and then the hot tub is at a whole nother elevation. So creating elevations is really, really important. You also see the use of elevation change with this job. So this is an attached covered structure with a fireplace and a complete outdoor living space. But as you see at the end of that structure, we start to have the elevation. So we did the elevation with a couple of steps up to the dining area. So again, we didn't force that elevation to be at a lower elevation or the same elevation as the covered structure area. We purposely made that higher. And then you cruise down over to the fire pit area. So that's 4 steps down. You kind of get to go past that water feature over to the fire pit at a lower elevation. So again, this is just going to really kind of create some interest with the ups and the downs of elevation and just create a beautiful outdoor living space. Sunken fire pits are a very good way to create elevation. Here we have a couple of different spaces that have fairly flat backyards, but giving them that little bit of texture down, just that elevation with a couple of stairs down to the sunken fire pit. Now it creates a very nice destination at a lower elevation, and it really is going to attract and pull you out to that space a lot easier, a lot better, in my opinion. So that elevation creates all the eye appeal of the space, and it just creates a very nice sunken fire pit destination. Another little insider tip with these sunken fire pits and this elevation change is to put those at the end of what you see from inside the house. So grab your attention from inside, maybe somebody coming over, they go through the front door, and at the end of what they see as they look outside, they're going to see that sunken fire pit area, and they're just going to want to go out and see and explore that space. So the sunken fire pit and elevation change in general do an incredible job of adding secondary or even a third destination in your backyard. The second insider tip is you want to create a backyard journey. Now, what do I mean by that? So you want to give a surprise once you get out to that space, and you want to capture their attention and pull them to a different direction. And then once you get to that different direction, you want to move them through the space in another way. Now, this job does an amazing job at that. So out of the main windows here, we had the main focal area of the covered structure. We added the fire pit over there with the table. So it's a kind of a tabletop fire pit with an outdoor kitchen. Now, promise you that it's going to grab your attention from inside the house, and it's going to make somebody want to go out there and explore that space. Now, as you start the journey out to that space, you're going to have your attention grabbed and pulled in other directions. So here we have the beautiful elevation change with the stairs up to this kind of this private garden area, little walkway through the garden, up to a little bench that you're going to be able to see the sunset. You're going to be able to see and look over the whole entire landscape. And once you're up there, your attention is probably going to be grabbed and wonder what is at the far end of the landscape. So then as you go down, create that journey through past that structure, past that whole seat wall kind of dining area, And then you're going to journey on over to the fire pit, which is a surprise in itself behind that privacy screen. So again, as you're there, now your journey continues because you didn't realize that there was a whole hot tub destination over to that side too. And if you go behind that bamboo, you see that there's a little private kind of nook in the corner there. That's a little meditation area right behind the gym. And then, of course, as you walk through you see the gym and the shower and the bathroom. Just a beautiful journey that you go on in this landscape. And that's what I want you to think about. It doesn't need to be this large of a landscape to create the purpose and the journey to pull you from one space to the next space. Here's another project that features a backyard journey. And the journey starts here from the upper deck. As you look out over the city, this one's built on the west hills of Portland, so you get the beautiful views of the city. And of course, as you're out on the balcony, your attention is captured to what's happening below. So you see the fire pit down below, you see the water feature, and then you realize that here is a spiral staircase down to that space. So as you go down, you're definitely going to be pulled down to that space. Then you're going to really start to see the full beauty of the backyard living space with the water feature as you turn the corner there, the fire pit, and then you realize that there's a whole under deck area here with a TV, another little private fireplace destination, and you got the heaters built in there. Just a beautiful little hidden oasis this journey is taking you on. A little bit further down, you realize that there is kind of hidden area at the side of their house. So you got a private little bench to view the city at as you look over, but then you realize again that there's a staircase up. So what do you want to do? You just probably want to take that journey up those stairs, and then you enter to the front courtyard area. Beautiful water features here, a fire pit, and you have this whole other secondary destination that you can have get-togethers in. So really this is the front yard journey that you're taking, and you could either start in the front and work your way to the backyard, or vice versa, work your way from the backyard all the way to the front. So again, plan for these little journeys in your backyard from moving you from one space to the next with a surprise around every corner.
Insider tip number 3, it's probably the most important of all insider tips that you can imagine when you start your backyard space, and it's getting a design. Get a design for your backyard. It is so important. If you can get a design in 3D, that's even better, so you can visualize the space, make sure you're happy with it. You need to get a good backyard living design expert. You don't even need to look, because I'm here for you. I would be happy to design your backyard space. We can meet together, we'll discuss the project, we will draw it all out in 3D, we will make sure you're happy with it, we will send you everything so we have everybody on the same page with your backyard space. Now, if you can't afford to get a 3D design by us or by any other company, I already put out a design course. Here's just a little bit of what you can expect to see. I have put so much energy and so much time into developing a course. It's a backyard living design course. So I can't wait for you to look in further to this. You're going to see so much of the foundation that we built. We truly are walking you from the very start of where you're at right now, all the way through to a completed backyard living design. So I developed this course for everybody. This course is affordable to the masses, and you will be able to follow it step by step to be able to come up with a well thought through design of your own backyard space, and you're not going to make mistakes by following this course. I feel confident that you're steps away from getting the backyard of your dreams. So go ahead and access that button below, and let's get into the design course right now. I'll have links below for both of those, either the 3D design or the design course. Take a look at it, make sure it's a good fit for you.
The fourth insider tip is probably the most important thing to think about and remember is that you're creating outdoor living spaces. I just want to scream this from the mountaintops and get it to connect with people's minds, because they still think of the backyard as landscaping. It's not landscaping. It is outdoor living. You're living in the space. You're creating backyard living spaces please remember this. If I can't connect with anything else in this whole video, please connect with this fact. The modern backyard is to live in. Create backyard living. That's what we're doing. What will keep you living in the space? What will get you outside? What will create a space where you can live in and enjoy friends, enjoy family, enjoy memories, and really live in the space? So of course, we want to create spaces for cover. So cover is number one for me. Create a beautiful backyard destination with the cover. And then, okay, so now we have the cover. What do we do from there? Well, obviously you want to have an outdoor kitchen. It's essential. So find a spot for an outdoor kitchen. You can do a barbecue grill. You can do a smoker. You can do a refrigerator. You can do an ice maker. There's so many ways to make this outdoor kitchen come to life. And you can get really creative with how you structure everything and put everything in. Remember to leave space for a bar. This will attract people to live in the space. A bar is a magnet. I say it all the time, and it's so true. Add an outdoor bar, and you will have people all over that outdoor space living and enjoying the space. Some of the other ways to make your outdoor space come to life and really turn it into an outdoor living space is heaters. Heaters will keep you enjoying the space through those colder months, even all season. You can create a space that you will live in right in the dead of winter with heaters and a fireplace together. How about the middle of summer? What do you want to do? You want to have shade. So here's some ways to create shade. You can create them in so many different ways, but shade will help you live in the space and extend those summer months. Another thing I want to say about outdoor living is lighting the space properly. You can light your outdoor area and you can really transform the space from daylight to nighttime living with proper outdoor lighting. Now you want to, of course, you want to light up the space. You want to make it easy to access all those elevations, but you also want to be able to have that entertaining environment. A lot of times you want to do some overhead lights, maybe some string lights that connect to your outdoor lighting system. But of course, you want to make sure that all the stairs are lit up. You want to have proper lighting on all your trees and uplighting as necessary for the extended landscape. So light up the area. You want to make sure that it's lit up properly to be able to socialize, to be able to gather, and to be able to live in the space just like you would on your inside. So insider tip number 5, this is a very important one for me. It's the use of water in your outdoor living space. Now, water can be used to connect you with nature. Think about a beautiful stream in nature. You just want to be close to that. You love the sound of it. You love the looks of it. It's life, just a connection to the environment. It could be a trickling water feature that kind of cascades down a beautiful hill. I would strongly recommend this because it'll just connect you with the space in a deeper way. It could be a flower pot water feature just at the edge of a patio, give you that wonderful gurgle, that trickle of water that sounds amazing and that just connects you to the space. Flowing water does an amazing job of drowning out background noise. So if you live in a city that has traffic at all around the outskirts, you will be amazed what a water feature will do. It'll kind of drown out that background noise. That background noise is real. It's there. You might not even realize it because you're so used to it. But taking the time to add a water feature, a little stream, a little flower pot, all of a sudden you really do drown out that city noise and you feel a lot different. You feel at one with nature. So I would strongly recommend a water feature for your backyard space.
I appreciate you watching this, but I want to show you, if you haven't gotten the outdoor space yet, think about what are the different ways to build an outdoor covered structure area. and here's a whole video on that. Watch that right now.